Hey family, it's your girl Evelyn here, and I'm back with yet another video. And I want to answer the question that nobody's ever asked me, but I feel like I should answer, which is why entrepreneurship? You guys, I know I'm passionate. I love entrepreneurship. I love a good business. I love a good side business. I love multiple streams of income. I love having control over your own time. And let me tell you a story. And I don't know if I've told this story on my channel before, but I was fresh out of college, working on my first job. Like I had internships and retail jobs and stuff in high school, but this was my first corporate job post graduation. And I had an amazing year results wise. My department, we were rocking and rolling. Okay, we were top in the company. We were doing fantastic. And I remember I went in for a review, and my boss, to just make a long story short, gave me a 1% raise. And his reasoning was that I had done well, and my shift in my department had done well, but the company as a whole had not done well. And I knew that there was money in the budget to give me a raise. And I knew that there were people who had worse results than I did who got bigger raises. And I remember, y'all, I was so upset. I was so upset. You ever get so upset that you don't have any words to say, so you don't say anything? I just sat there in silence for a moment. And I remember thinking, Evelyn, don't quit your job today. That I got up. I told him I was not signing the review. And I went home for the day. I think they thought I quit. And it was at that moment where I was like, okay, it basically doesn't matter what I do. I'm not going to get compensated for my contribution. And I remember years later when I had got promoted and went on to the company's corporate headquarters, that manager came back to me and told me that what really happened, he actually told me this, was that he was afraid that I was going to take his job, that I was more educated than he was and had all these ideas, and I was just coming in making changes, and he was afraid that I was going to take his job. And I knew that, but I couldn't prove it. And then fast forward several years, I'm promoted a couple of times. I'm working out of the company's headquarters, and I'm in a meeting. And we're brainstorming all these ideas on how to solve this particular issue, right? And I mean, I'm just coming off the cuff with ideas. I'm just ideas. And I'm the most junior person on the team. I know I'm the least paid because I'm the most junior person. I have the least amount of experience, but I'm giving the most ideas. And there was a gentleman who was on our team who was sitting there and who was radio silent the entire time. And I remember going, and I knew he made twice as much as I did, maybe 3 times as much as I did, right? Just because he was much older than me, and he just had more experience, right? And I remember going, but no matter how much I contribute and no matter how little he contributes, I'm not necessarily going to make more. Even though I'm contributing more valuable ideas than him consistently, he can sit there and just not do anything and make more money than me. And so whether that's right or wrong, whether I was naive, at that moment, that was one of many of the moments where I was like, I contribute a lot. I get really good results. I want to be compensated for what I do, not just for my time. And then as life has gone on and, being diagnosed with cancer, what I realized is I don't want to be bound by time. I have a knack for making things taking complex things and making them really simple, right? And I have figured out how to work less and make more. I figured I can go into almost any business, small business, individual solopreneurs. I can look at the way they're operating. I can look at the holes. I can look at what they're trying to sell, and I can show them ways on how to work less and make more. That's all I've pretty much done, whether I was doing engineering work or culinary work or as a consultant, which is what I've been doing when I've been away. And I absolutely love it. I can do it in a nanosecond. And so I realized that I'd rather get paid for that because I'm getting paid for my intellect and it's not about my time, right? And so I'd rather be paid thousands of dollars to give you an idea that's going to give you hours of your life back than to get paid thousands of dollars to trade my time, because it may only take me 6 hours over the course of 3 months to get an individual's, let's say, solopreneur business in shape for a couple of $1,000s versus weeks of 40 hours a week for a couple of $1,000s. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't know if I've ever really told you guys why I like that. I mean, I started my first business actually when I was 15 years old, just because I was selling cakes and the people wanted my cakes, and I was like, well, you're gonna have to pay me. And my first business was actually called Compliments of Evelyn. It was a culinary business. In college, I was on the barter system, right? Like, it was like, if I cook, you buy the groceries, you wash the dishes, you take me to the grocery store, because my freshman year I didn't have my car on campus, and I get to eat and I get to take some food home. Like, and I always felt like I was getting the better end of the deal, but people always felt like they were getting the better end of the deal, which was a win-win, right? And so that's why entrepreneurship for me, I just wasn't a fan of people having control over my time and all these restrictions on my income. And I'm not a person that's anti-job or anti-9 to 5. Like, I'm never going to bash it. I'm going to tell you what my personality type, where it fit and where it didn't. And in entrepreneurship was the only way where I saw that my ideas were super valuable, and my time, I was so protective of. I'm so protective of my time. Like, now people be like wanting me to consult with them for free, and I'm like, yo, I don't do free. Like, I don't do free. If y'all notice, I don't do free. People come to me for the level of transformation, and this is for you too, because I know that if you're in business, I know that the product or services that you're offering is extremely valuable to your current customers and clients and potential customers and clients, and you need to know how valuable that is. But I just wanted to come into this video because as I start talking about business and entrepreneurship, I want you to understand that I'm coming from a place of, I really value my time, and I had to really begin to value the ideas and the skill set, and something that I can do so quickly and so naturally has made people thousands upon and 10,000s and hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? And so or save them that money. And so yeah, so that's why I'm passionate about entrepreneurship, because it was a way for me to get compensated for my direct contribution and not get put in a pile with other people, and it just be about how many hours you want to spend there a day or how many hours you have put into it. And it was really based on skill and transformation, and then also really wanting to have control of my time. You know, one of the things I haven't gone into a lot is when I got diagnosed with cancer, I was working for a company as their cooking school manager. And I remember, because I chose not to have chemo, radiation, or surgery, the insurance company was like, well, you need to go back to work. And I was like, but I'm in treatment 5 days a week. And they were basically what they told me was, well, if you're not bedridden, then you need to go back to work. Not considering like the mental state I was in, the emotional state that I was in, and just the fact that I had to go get these treatments 5 days a week. And I remember going, no. And I'm so grateful that I had a business that I had put on the side, but that I had already established, where I was able to cut it back on and start making money. And so I decided, when they told me that I needed to come back to work, it wasn't the company that told me that I needed to come back, it was the insurance company. It was like, we're not gonna pay no more of leave, right? That I could make that decision because I had built something where I could turn it on and make money in short amount of time, large sums of money in short amount of time. You know, I could do something and in one day that would earn me what I would make in a week or two, right? And so I've always just had a knack for that. And so you know, my mom is a certified financial planner, and one of the things she talks to people about is setting up your financial life in such a way so that when it matters most, money is not a deciding factor, or is not the deciding factor. And so I think for me, entrepreneurship offers that. And there's so many different ways to be an entrepreneur. I just happen to be a creative entrepreneur. I happen to be a online entrepreneur. I've done offline stuff too, but there's so many ways. And so I'm so glad I had that in place. I've seen so many people make decisions for their life based on that lack of freedom of time, and I just didn't want to be that person. So I want to spend my time with my family and my friends and doing the things that I enjoy, doing the work that I enjoy, and being compensated at a level that I feel is comparable to the skills and the transformation that I'm offering my customers and clients. And I wish the same for you. So for those of you who don't know, I am starting a challenge called the Best Life Challenge, and it's really based off the fact that when I got diagnosed with cancer in 2016, I call it my best worst year. I mean, my best worst year, because it was horrible because I got diagnosed with cancer, obviously, but I made so many fantastic memories. My business actually was booming, even though I set it down for 3 months in 2016. And I was very intentional about the way that I spent my time and the way that I relaxed and the way I was connecting with my family and friends. And so I made the decision that I want to do that and document that every year for the rest of my life. Every year for the rest of my life. Like, you know how people say if you want to lose weight, it's not a diet, it's a lifestyle change. I am making a lifestyle change, and I am committed to living my best life. Living my best. Okay, I told you I wouldn't sing no more, but I'm committed to living my best life from now until I'm called home. Okay, so if you want to join in with the challenge with me and see some kind of the things that I'm going to be doing, and join in with other people, then the link to get all the information, like all the different activities I'm going to be doing, you don't have to do what I'm doing. It's just to give you some ideas, some inspiration. If you're kind of like me and my friends, we were kind of stuck in the Bermuda Triangle, right? Which was work, church, home, work, church, home, work, church, home, or work, church, gym, home, right? With the Bermuda Square, right? Or the boring box, right? And so, and at times we would get out of that, and we were just like, we need to do it more consistently. And so I was telling them that I was preparing for 2019, and this is something I was going to be doing. And they was like, hey, I want to do that too. And so I just thought I'd put it out there to see if you guys would want to participate. And I've decided to deem it the Best Life Challenge. So if you want to join the Best Life Challenge with your girl, Evelyn, you can sign up below. Share this video with a friend if they would be interested in joining and doing the challenge with you. I'm going to start an accountability Facebook group where we can go in there and share our pictures and things like that, and what we're doing to document it. And I'm really, really excited about it. So and then also I asked you guys in the last video if you wanted me to do like a detailed, you know, in-depth masterclass on how I do my vision boards. I do my vision boards way differently than I've seen people do it. I do not just open up a magazine and cut pictures and go, oh, I think this would be great for my life. It's actually a really detailed process, but it has been amazing for me in my life. And so if you would like to know how I do that, it would be too long to do in a video. Plus I want to do it in a way that's interactive where you guys can ask me questions. Then let me know, and we'll get that set up. So anyway, I know this is probably a little bit of a long video, but I am excited. I'm excited about the Best Life Challenge. I'm excited about Vlogmas. I am excited about possibly doing this vision board virtual workshop, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.